Hey, real quick, I know you're here to watch a video about the Rickenbacker, but if you could please subscribe to my channel. It's a hard time for musicians right now. I rely on that income I get from gigs, and there are no gigs. And I'm trying to build up this YouTube channel, so if you could please hit subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Rickenbacker 4003 S review. We'll play a little bit stuff for you. We'll talk about it. We'll show it to you. And at the end, we'll sum it up and see if you want to buy one or not. All right. Why are they so hard to get? Why can't you play one in Guitar Center unless it's used? Why do you have to email for the price? Ooh, are they worth the money? We're gonna get into it. What should we talk about first? The looks? Let's do looks. Can't beat it. Looks, A+, no doubt. How's it play? How's it feel? Fantastic. It's heavy. It's about 9.5 pounds. You can get like a 9-pound version, but they're rare. So if you don't like heavy basses, you know, if you got back issues or something and you do hour-and-a-half sets, might not be the bass for you. Go for Hofner. Bridge is not fun to work with. This guy. It's fine once you get it. Once you get it set, you're good. But as you can see, maybe there are these little screw holes underneath here, and these are used for intonation. But the strings are directly over them. So a lot of people say they have to remove the string every time they want to turn the key. I didn't have that problem, but it's an issue. It's not the best design, I'll tell you that. So pickups are great, they sound awesome, they're just not very hot. I put a bezel on here, bezel deluxe, little thumb rest for when I like to play. Sometimes I like to play with my fingers. I'm mostly a pick guy, but you don't really care about that. Yes, I bought one of these. I think like $50 or something like that. Get that big honking pickup cover off. I didn't like that thing. Let's talk about the neck. It's a neck through, okay? This piece of wood goes all the way down here, and then there's 2 extra pieces of wood on side here. The neck has dual truss rods. I'm not going to remove the cover to show you, just take my word for it. The look of the neck is fantastic. That rosewood, they lacquer over and over and over. They lacquer these things so much. And that's part of the reason why it takes so long to get your bass. Part of the reason, not the whole reason. It's beautiful. Setting this thing up was not fun. With the Ricks, you want your neck as flat as you can get it. As flat as you can get it, no bow. And so I was having a lot of trouble with that, so I had to go on YouTube. So basically what you had to do is you had to clamp your bass down on the table, right? This side clamp down in order to get the neck flat, right? And you had to push with pretty much all your might to get this neck that way, you know, flat down. And then as you're doing that, you crank on the truss rods, and I did it, and it's fantastic. All right, one more thing I wanted to talk about was these tuning keys up here. They're not very sensitive, so I like it better actually. So you got to crank on these things to get these strings to tune, which when you're on stage and you're panicking to get into tune, that could be a little bit of a problem if you're not used to it. But I like it because if it gets knocked, it's not going to go out of tune. That's something, you know, they're really not the best tuners in the world, you know, but they work. All right, so aside from the issues I talked about with the tuners, the bridge, and the pickup cover, aside from those, well, and the setup, aside from all that, and all the work that went into, you know, getting this thing the way I wanted it, and the price you had to pay, I still think it's worth it. I have a Hofner, and I have this. I had a Spectre I loved for a really long time. As far as the most versatile bass, this is the guy. All right, so let's grade the Rickenbacker 4003S. It's somewhere between A and A plus for me. It really is. I can't think of, you know, aside from some of the issues I talked about earlier, it's perfect. All right, so you should have enough information to make up your mind if you want to purchase one of these bad boys. One thing I didn't mention, and it's actually one of my favorite things about this bass, so I hope you're still watching the video, is actually the feel of the neck. It's wide and it's flat. Very flat feeling right up here, where most basses and guitars are always very round. Right here is very, very flat. And I don't know, it's great for me. That's the last piece of the puzzle. So there you go.